Welcome back into Grady News Source. I'm Jackson Rowland bringing you today's sports update. And we'll start with the game that Dog fans have probably already lost some sleep over. That's right, number 5 ranked Georgia Bulldogs are on the road heading to Austin, Texas to take on the number 1 team in the country and the only undefeated SEC team remaining in the Texas Longhorns.
He's the starting free safety tonight, but don't be surprised if you see him at receiver in the backfield. And if you pay attention after the Warriors score, he's also the placeholder on special teams. Coach Hall said his only concern with the senior is having to tell him that he can't play every snap. And of course, this Georgia offense now also features a healthy Ladd McConkey who is performing in full form and making his case to be one of the best receivers in the country. McConkey made an immediate impact upon his return at Auburn and has been helping this offense become explosive all season long.
But in other football news, the Atlanta Falcons host the Seattle Seahawks on Sunday at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and they're trying to keep their win streak alive as they currently lead the NFC South with the longest win streak the Falcons have had since 2019.
That means freshmen like Mason Hall, who just got the call up from junior varsity yesterday and just scored a touchdown in this game, are having to step up in a big way. Coach Hall said his biggest challenge in getting ready for region play is simply keeping a healthy roster. And welcome back here on Sports Source live from Sanford Stadium. I'm Jackson Rowland breaking down another key matchup for this weekend's games. This Saturday, the Georgia Bulldogs will head to Knoxville, Tennessee to take on the Tennessee Volunteers in what is a highly anticipated matchup. And welcome now to the post-game wrap-up here on Friday nights in Athens, where we just saw the North Oconee Titans win big 56-0 over the Chestatee War Eagles here on senior night at home. And it was the seniors that performed, one of them being Jack Kelly. Our very own Anna Ruth Riggins has him now.
Now, speaking with Coach Hall earlier in the season, he said we might not win a game in non-region play, but when it comes to region play and the playoffs, our team will be ready. So he took that time to prepare his team. They seem to be peaking. I think the Warriors are the team to watch. And, of course, I've been saying from the beginning of this season, North Oconee is going to be in the state championship.
I'm your host, Jackson Rowland, now joined by North Oconee High School defensive line coach David Pollock and, of course, our own Camille Stroud. Coach, work with that defensive line. Obviously a great performance from them tonight. Chestatee not able to get a first down until that second quarter. What did you like from your guys tonight?
Welcome back into Grady News Source. I'm Jackson Rowland bringing you today's sports update. And we'll start with the game that Dog fans have probably already lost some sleep over. That's right, number 5 ranked Georgia Bulldogs are on the road heading to Austin, Texas to take on the number 1 team in the country and the only undefeated SEC team remaining in the Texas Longhorns. UGA enters this weekend as an underdog for the first time since 2021, according to ESPN Bet. And we talked to defensive tackle Warren Brinson on how that loss to Alabama shaped their mentality ahead of this weekend's game.
Every team for UGA is different. We're still finding our identity of who we are. Like people say Bama game was our identity game just because how we fought back and we showed that we aren't any quitters and that we're going to work and come back from being in hard situations.
And battling adversity will have to be a part of the Dogs' identity as they have their toughest test yet against Quinn Ewers and this Texas offense. But in other football news, the Atlanta Falcons host the Seattle Seahawks on Sunday at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and they're trying to keep their win streak alive as they currently lead the NFC South with the longest win streak the Falcons have had since 2019. And as Savannah told us, the weather is getting colder, which means it's hockey season once again in Athens. Tickets for the UGA Ice Dogs go on sale this Friday. And we'll be looking to see the Ice Dogs and the Rock Lobsters play in the new Akins Ford Arena at the Classic Center. I personally can't wait to be there, but that's all the sports we have for you today. When we come back, we'll show you how a local nonprofit is helping to solve food insecurity in Barrow County.
We did it!
At Kepner Boxing Center, these seniors are trading in their silver sneakers for golden gloves. But boxers like Richard Whitfield are training for much more than just boxing.
September of 2019, I was diagnosed with Parkinson, and it was pretty shocking news. I'd heard about it, but didn't know what to expect.
Boxing coach Mara Cartwright leads the program called KOPD, better known as Knockout Parkinson's Disease.
I think it actually got started. Our old location was across the street from a neurological center, and so somebody walked in and said, hey, boxing is great for people with Parkinson's, you should start this.
And so they did, not knowing just how popular it would be.
I'd come 5 days a week if I could. I look forward to it every Monday, Wednesday, Friday to come over here.
But for more than just enjoyment, the boxing is effective.
It helps increase muscle, but it also gets them to do big movements, and that's really key for Parkinson's is bigger movements. And then we do a lot with combinations. So we have a number system, and so we'll make up little combinations, and it helps with their cognitive stimulation as well.
So why do programs like KOPD matter? Well, because they're working. According to the National Library of Medicine, patients who box just twice a week using a punching bag experienced an 87% decrease in Parkinson's-related injuries, such as self-reported falls. And while there currently is no cure for Parkinson's, programs like KOPD are giving patients a fighting chance at a better quality of life.
My doctor told me actually the exercise, boxing and walking and running is actually more helpful than the medication. So I plan to keep it up as long as I can.
Also, I'll hear from them, this really helps me with my sleep at night because that's huge for people with Parkinson's. They don't really sleep well, or just with their day-to-day stuff, they find it a lot easier.
The program's goal is for steady hands and stronger punches.
We have fighters, we have amateur fighters, we have professional fighters, but I really consider our KOPD clients like the true fighters because they're in here and they're fighting for their life, basically. The more they can do, the more they can combat it.
For Grady News Source, I'm Jackson Rowland. On the east side of Athens, Georgia, there is a high school athlete that lives up to a big name, although it's not the one you might think.
My name is Devin Hester, Devinhester.
Sharing a name with record-setting NFL player Devin Hester Jr. is easily confused.
Every recruit visit, I got that question like every time. But I mean, I'm not really tripping about it honestly, because I mean, my dad, his name is Devin Hester, but just not the Devin Hester.
However, it's much more than his name that attracted college recruiters, as Devin is committed to play at the next level at Furman University.
Furman's actually been locked in with me ever since they offered me. I remember, during when they offered me, I was still going through the process, trying to weigh everything else out. I always knew Furman was on my list, showing love since day one. I feel like I could just kind of see myself playing for them. They can help develop me as a person and a football player as well.
With college athletics being the goal, some wonder why Devin stayed with a struggling Cedar Shoals high school team. But Devin has an answer.
I want to show that, it doesn't really matter where you at. You got to make something out of, nothing and everything. Cedar Shoals, I like it a lot. Love the east side, love the community and everything. Just gotta, wherever you at, you can do anything. You know what I'm saying? Just put your effort into it, make something out of nothing, and just go from there.
Devin used to sit in these very stands and watch the Jaguars play on Friday nights as a kid with members of his east side community, which included several lifelong mentors. However, he says that none were bigger to him than his current head coach, Leroy Riles.
Man, that's my guy, man. I love Coach Riles. He taught me the do's and don'ts, not just about football, but just life in general. And, if you believe in him, what he say, he's going to get you right regardless. So I just always trust in him, believe in what he say, and just go by his plan.
With his eyes on college football, Devin's motto on social media is simply 2 words: secure yourself.
Just the outside noise, everybody got their own opinion about, what they think of me and everything. Main thing, every night I pray, just not worry about the outside noise, only worry about what you got going on, I mean, regardless of where you go, what you're doing, people gonna talk regardless. Just stay focused, stay grinding, just make them pay. That's all it is, the motto.
Keep an eye on Devin Hester Jr. as he looks to make a name of his own. For Sports Source, I'm Jackson Rowland.